Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Devious. This is a rather special episode since I'm joined today with a good friend of mine, Yuki. Yuki, would you do the honors of introducing the artist we're reviewing today?
Hi there, how is everyone doing today? I'm Yuki. I'm here today joining Natasha as we review Rainbow-Quartzz. Really snazzy name. Thanks Natasha for letting me join you in this video.
Thank you very much. So, we're both going to give our thoughts on the artist Rainbow-Quartzz. I thought this might be nice to have someone else join me for reviews. Every person has their own things that they like or dislike about art, myself included, so I thought it might be a good idea to bring in another pair of eyes just to get another opinion. So, with all that out of the way, let's get into the review.
Here we go!
Well, I'm going to let Yuki start us off here.
This is the first time of me hearing of you, and for your gallery, I can tell you're a fan of Steven Universe, especially from the creativity I can see in your artwork that really emulates the shell's creativity. Really nice.
Very nice indeed. You seem to be a very experimental artist who's willing to try new things and creates a variety of artwork. It's great to see an artist who's willing to take risks and try new things. Those sort of artists are honestly pretty rare. I only have one serious question about you. How in the fluffing Sam Hill do you only have 11 watchers? Something is horribly wrong here. Yuki, any thoughts on improvements they could make?
As far as any improvements, overall, I would recommend adding in light sources and more shading in your work. It really helps to add in more depth in your photos and helps create the mood you would want to portray. Majority of everybody's favorite TV shows, cartoons, and anime really use this method in order to capture the feeling in a scene.
Yeah, lighting sources are incredibly important for an artist, especially to help convey specific thoughts, emotions, and so forth. My thoughts were to incorporate more line work into your paintings. It doesn't need to be hard, crisp lines, but something to help tighten up your pieces a little bit. While messy painting certainly is a style, and in some regards it's a style I greatly appreciate, I do think your work could benefit greatly from some more of a solid feeling in your pieces. Again, you can keep your line work soft or even use colored line art just to bring your portraits more to the forefront of the image. A blurry face can blend in a bit with a blurry background. The line work you do have in your other pieces is a bit shaky, so if you need to, turn up the stabilization for your pen settings, or just cheat like I do. Another thought is to focus a bit more on anatomy. You've got a pretty good grasp so far, just work a bit more on hands and face ratios. Realistic faces is something I struggle with too. If you need it, try breaking up the face into guidelines or break the hands down into rectangles. It may take a bit of getting used to, but I think your art will greatly improve from it. So obviously though, you're doing a lot of things really well. What have you got, Yuki?
Besides all of that, what I think you're doing really well in is your characters and fan art you have on your page so far. The bright and vibrant colors with some very unique character designs. I can really imagine them in a modern cartoon that some of them lack these days in my opinion.
Yeah, your character design is pretty fun. I really enjoy your use of color. It shows a really good understanding of both color theory and color relations. Have I mentioned I love it when artists use complementary colors together? It's a daring move, but if done well, it's a dramatic look that really showcases both talent and expertise. Your other works also showcase a lot of imagination. Honestly, with some practice, I can really see some of your works being printed on a variety of things like shirts, wallets, and postcards. They're very eye-catching and honestly a lot of fun. Your concept work as well is very well executed. You can tell they have a lot of thought put into them and they're very expressive. But like we talked about a bit before, you also have a lot of talent in realistic painting as well. That's super impressive that you're showing so much talent in two completely different fields of art. Alright Yuki, if you had to name a favorite piece in this gallery, what would it be?
I have to say, what really caught my eye in your gallery was your painting-like art, and how it really captures the feeling of a storybook-like setting in the shading you did use. Out of the ones you have in your gallery, my personal favorite would have to be your fan art of Emma. Really looks like a painting you normally see in mansions. The blue eyes really stand out in this photo, adding onto the flowiness and shine of her hair. You have a really good idea in painting realistically. I enjoy that.
That's one of the pieces I like too. Well, I'd have to say my favorite piece is Drawing on a Train. The mostly monochromatic coloring is nicely highlighted by the subtle use of green, purple's complementary color. The piece is both calming and imaginative. Honestly, I can really see this being printed on phone cases and wallets and just all over the place. The only thing that I think needs improvement here is the line work. Since it's going places it probably shouldn't be. But other than that, it's really good. So, here we are. Yuki, any final thoughts?
My final thoughts? You really have that creative bubble with you. Only question is, How big will you let it blow? Hopefully you don't let it pop anytime soon. I do hope to see more realism art from you, and more character designs. However, I would recommend more poses as well. A fun way I would go on about this is getting a small mannequin doll, or any articulated action figure, specifically Figma, the stands and bases they come with give you the opportunity to do more poses in the air. Other than that, keep up the awesome work. I'll have to look at your gallery more in the future.
Well, I'd have to say along the same lines. Your work is really fun and showcases a lot of talent and tons of potential. Your use of color is both well executed and very eye-catching, and I could see you have a lot of fun with your work. Honestly, I can see a future for you in illustration. This sort of concept art is very well suited for cartoons and even video games, and I really think bringing in more crisp lines for your realistic pieces could give them more dimension. Whatever you do, don't stop the progress you're making. Try a variety of things because you're already showing so much potential. It's a real shame you don't have more of a following, but with how talented you are, I can see that changing. Get out there and advertise your work. Whatever you do, don't stop the progress you're making. Try a variety of things because you're already showing so much potential. It's a real shame you don't have more of a following, but with how talented you are, I can see that changing pretty quickly. Just get out there, advertise your work, do commissions, collab with other artists, take on popular challenges. It's not easy to gain an audience, but maybe these tips can help. That's all I have for you guys today.
Thank you again, Natasha, for having me collab with you on this. I really had fun. Hopefully your audience enjoyed having me around as well.
You're very welcome, Yuki. Thanks for being here and helping out with this episode. I'll leave links to Yuki's channel, probably everywhere, so you guys can go check out his work as well. His traditional work puts mine to shame. I am so fluffing jealous. How do you do that, Yuki? What the fluff, bro? Well, thank you all so much for watching. Go ahead and check out Rainbow-Quartzz and Yuki. All their links will be down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye for now.